don't look much like a good luck charm. Fuck.
I kinda have my hands full right now. Just let me deal with this creature, and I'll be right with you.
That's what they always say. Always get their flesh torn to pieces.
Which is a real good reason to stop distracting me.
This is horrible. We can't just leave that woman in this prison. We must find a way to free her from here.
Sybil, do not do that! I know this woman. She is not here by accident. She is a witch. If you free her, we all run the risk of falling under the power of her magic.
But Father, we can't just let this poor person die here. It would be inhuman.
Inhuman? That is exactly what she is, my child.
He's the wicked one. Aeolus, is it not? He's the one who imprisoned me, with no food or water, and barely clothed.
I what? You lying bitch! Don't listen to her.
Father?
She is trying to manipulate you. Use your brain, child.
I'm begging you, get me out of here. I can't hold on much longer.
You seem to know a lot about her. What the hell are you doing here anyway?
The steward asked me to look into a dark power that has been affecting some of the villagers. Something evil. And my search has led me here. It is no coincidence. That cursed woman is the cause.
I wouldn't expect him to admit to keeping a woman captive in the swamps for his own evil purposes.
Nonsense.
And so you just trotted out here with no escort? What, were you afraid we'd charge you extra?
I came here as quickly as possible, yes, to stop you committing a grievous error. I was hoping that you would escort us back to the village afterwards. Without a supplement, yes. Seems to me that you are quite well paid.
Who are you?
My name is Edwin. The ignorant will tell you that I'm a witch, a sorceress, or even a necromancer. The truth is much simpler and more socially acceptable. I am, in fact, a magician. But neither as powerful nor as evil-minded as they think me.
She lies to thee. She is hiding something, and it is not her body.
You would say that.
I beg your pardon.
No, nothing.
Believe me, she is powerful. She is evil, and she is a danger to us all.
So be it. I get paid for protecting you, not arguing with you. But you'll be explaining yourself to the captain.
Have you lost your mind? There is no question of leaving this poor woman to die here. This war cannot be won at the price of our humanity.
Stay away, you stupid girl. No! Fools! Leave her in that cage!
Now meet your eternity.
What are you doing to him? Let him go!
Very well. You may have him. I am finished.
Father? Father! Oh no, no! This can't be happening!
You're gonna wish you had died back there in that cell, you sick bitch!
Wait, wait! If I am to die, I wish to know who stands before me.
I am Vulcan, Powder Master of the Freeborn Blades. And as for the man you made the mistake of killing, he was our...
That is not my question. Who stands before me? Are you an imbecile or blind?
I might be the mercenary who is going to grab you by your snake of a tongue and throw you into the darkest pit he can find.
From what I can see, you're an imbecile, incapable of piercing the face that hides the true nature of the Red Scribes.
Well, I can pierce your face, if that's all you want, in several places.
Mock, if you like. Lamb that you are. You insist on believing that your employers are only scholars, curious and inoffensive. Can you not see more? Red Scribes, Ice Lords, they come from the same mold, and they want the same thing. Some are simply more successful in their efforts. Aeolus thought I possessed knowledge which he could use to become the equal of the Ice Lords. That's why he questioned me.
So what? We're at war, and getting our asses kicked. We can't really blame him for trying to find a way to stop the Deadwalkers.
Of course. It was for the good of all that I was captured and sequestered here in secret. It was to protect freedom that I was starved, tortured, and humiliated for weeks on end. It was goodwill and kindness that made him enslave a monster to guard my prison. Oh yes, I heard them, all of the screams. That beast did not lack for meat. No, indeed. Yes, in truth, the scribe was such a brave man that it was only for the happiness of his darling daughter that he tried to stab her.
That's ridiculous! You are the monster! You're a liar! My father wasn't like that! A liar! You murderer! You'll pay for what you did!
Sybil, wait! Witch, I suggest you behave yourself if you don't want to find yourself back rotting in that cell of yours. I'm far from finished with you. I have questions. Lots of questions. And you had better make damn sure I like the answers.
So be it. Then I will tell you exactly what you want to hear, mercenary.
You had the upper hand. Why did you decide to kill the leader of the Red Scribes?
I desperately needed to replenish my power, so I drained his. My mood grows a bit murderous when I get too hungry, or when I spend too many days trapped in a filthy cell without so much as a toilet. Your friend was no hero. His aim was to reproduce the same ancient rituals that permitted powerful magicians to become the Ice Lords that we are fighting even now.
He wasn't my friend. He was my employer, and a very influential man. You could have spared him, giving credence to your version of events, but you chose to kill him, and thus any chance of them listening to you.
He was a deceitful and manipulative man. No one would have listened to me, so I permitted myself the pleasure of preventing him from harming anyone else.
The World Heart has had nothing but suffering from these magicians. I rejoice at this death. We need more like it.
Your pleasure won't last long. I have to bring you to Valvanor, where both of us are going to be in a lot of trouble. And since you took it upon yourself to kill their leader, I think you can expect that the Red Scribes are going to want you dead.
Do what you must do, mercenary. I'm your prisoner and will offer no resistance. Therefore, take me to your captain.
My captain? We have a contract with the Red Scribes. If you have decided you'd rather end it all, I can do it right here, right now, if you like. Cleanly. Otherwise, your best move is to tell your side of the story to the steward, if he'll even listen to you.
Ah, but there is the girl.
What girl? Sybil? You're dreaming. You killed her father right before her own eyes. She's never gonna take your side.
On the contrary, she will tell the truth. She will confirm all that happened here.
We'll see. But whatever happens, if I go down, Witch, I guarantee you'll go down even harder. Besides Alas, did you see any of the other Red Scribes?
I was drugged before being brought here. Aeolus is the only scribe who came to visit me during my captivity. But his second-in-command must have known, although I don't know exactly how much Aeolus was able to manipulate his puppets. If they are all as naive as his daughter, I imagine the temptation must have been great.
The Red Scribes performed a ritual in an ancient temple.
So that's the reason why he disappeared. The ritual was designed to augment his power. Had it succeeded, he would have become an accomplished magician, the first step toward becoming an Ice Lord. Given the ease with which I killed him, I suspect the ritual was a failure.
Let's just say the results weren't quite what he was hoping for. But something definitely happened. There was a burst of light. Or maybe flame. This
A thing? What thing?
sort of parasite. The Red Scribes told me it was a demon.
Neither one nor the other. I bring thee flames. I bring thee the World Heart. I bring thee the power. And thou wilt hold me back with thy ingratitude, and I...
Hello?
Huh? Oh yeah, I forgot to mention.
I must say, I have never heard of such a thing. It is at the
The end result is I sometimes find myself wondering who I am. What I am. That is, when we're not arguing. Then again...
This is absolutely fascinating. I think, when we get the chance, we should talk about it in more depth. There is probably much to learn from this demon.
We'll see. For now, we've got more pressing. Let's finish this discussion in Valvanor. We better get back before they send a battalion out to look for us. He'll be pissed, but I gotta go face him.
Well, first go see your steward before the villagers decide to burn me at the stake. I mean, if you want to, Vulcan.
It'll probably turn into an interrogation pretty quickly. Try not to make it worse for yourself. And don't kill anyone, for starters. Especially if he's wearing red.
That seems reasonable to me, for the moment. I'd rather stay here if you don't mind.
Why? You're not planning to give me the slip by any chance, are you?
I don't like the idea of getting locked up by the Red Scribes again. It might provoke me into a loss of my legendary restraint. And I'm sure that you don't want to have to scrape another one of your employers up off the ground.
Well, it's true that I prefer they remain in one piece. All right, fine, you can stay here. But if you do get it in your head to run away, I will find you. And you won't like it when I do.
I'm trembling, but yes, I'll wait here.
Did you find this famous...
Found it and killed it. But don't hold your breath waiting for its fur for next winter, because I didn't bring it back for you. Actually, not so excellent. Alis is dead.
Dead? But no, that's not possible.
When it doesn't move and it doesn't breathe and it looks at you with an even stupider gaze than one of your guards, that generally means it's...
I demand that you show some respect. The Red Scribes are a precious help to us here. Aeolus was a useful man.
A precious help. Huh. You know the beast didn't get there by accident, right? Your precious friends put it there to guard a woman that they've been secretly holding prisoner.
A woman? In the middle of the swamp? That is unusual. But why would the scribes choose to do such a thing?
Other than the fact that they're walking libraries, we know nothing about their sect. Nobody's got any idea what they're capable of. But everybody keeps their mouths shut because they can do a few tricks, and we never had better doctors. Aeolus was even ready to kill his own daughter to cover up his secrets.
What nonsense is this? How can you make such ridiculous accusations? Am I to understand he...
He turned up all alone at the place where I fought the beast. No guide, no escort. He knew the way, and after coming after Sybil, he tried to kill his captive to shut her up.
What madness. What do you know of this prisoner? If Aeolus held her captive, she must have been
I don't know much. Edwin isn't exactly the talkative type.
Well, then you must find out immediately. As of now, she is your responsibility. I should deliver her to the Red Scribes without any further ado, yet, after what you have told me, I no longer know what to think. She will be given until that time, she never leaves your presence. If there is the least incident, I promise you, you shall answer for it. And there is no prison here, in case...
Okay. So?
However low your opinion was of Aeolus, his death is... He was meant to be looking into a most disturbing matter.
All right, I can see where this is headed. What do you want?
There is no guarantee that you have the necessary skills to handle this matter, Freeborn Blade.
What is it? An epidemic?
That's exactly what I'd like to know. Several of the villagers have been behaving curiously of late. They have become distant, taciturn, and barely react to the world around them.
They're just hungover. You'd know if you got drunk more often, and you look like you need to.
I believe there are a few here who would know the difference. It's something else. They seem very concentrated, as though they are observing us. I feared some kind of sickness and that it will spread throughout the village.
Got it. I'll slap him around a little. That should wake him up.
My goodness. That's not exactly what I had in mind, but I must confess the results interest me more than the methods.
Well, that's gonna be my method, so let's leave it at that if you don't mind. I'm not helping you because you made puppy eyes at the captain.
As I understand it, some people are behaving even more stupidly than they normally do.
That's right. They have asked me to check it out.
Perfect. I'll come along with you.
Hang on. What is your interest in all of this? Don't tell me it's the pleasure of my company.
Well, it is a rare pleasure following along behind a fire-breathing trooper.
A trooper who pulled you out of the death pit you were stuck in?
Now that you mention it, it's true that you do exude a certain smoldering heat. And besides, I feel so very alone here, surrounded by hatred and suspicion. Plus, if I tag along with you, I might at least get to know you better.
Okay, fine. Follow me.
Is it true you killed the beast?
Is it true you quit the booze?
What? Ah, that's a load of...
I thought so, but I did kill the beast.
Right. Okay, then. You and me, we got off on the wrong foot. We owe you one.
A barfly like you probably knows a lot about the people here, I'm guessing.
Flattery will get you everywhere.
You look like you can probably handle a sword. How come you didn't get recruited?
Oh, just unlucky, I suppose. Last time an Alliance recruiter come through, I was stuck in the crapper.
Forget I even asked.
So, I never got to the front. I can't tell you how much I regret that.
You look like you can probably handle a sword. How come you didn't get recruited?
Oh, just unlucky, I suppose. Last time an Alliance recruiter come through, I was stuck in the crapper. We're stuck.
Forget I even asked.
So, I never got to the front. I can't.
What's your opinion of the steward?
My opinion? Tell the truth, I never liked how he talks, like an elf reject. But he does what he... Him and me, we ain't always seen eye to eye. For example, if it had been up to me, I'd have driven them refugees back into the swamps. And fuck what that bleak...
How is it going with the refuge?
I'm not a monster. I got nothing against sheltering a few brave souls. Most of my lads are blokes who are here to... But enough is enough. I just can't protect everybody. You can't squeeze holes.
How well do you know Randall?
Well, not enough to trust him with his heirs and all. But having said that, he has saved us from a few accidents in the village. He's a damn good fighter, and he don't. Sometimes I think he must have a death wish or something. If that's so, he ain't taking... But then, who gives a toss? When he turned up a few weeks ago, it certainly took some of the pressure off. But he acts like his shit don't stink. Obviously, me and the lads aren't good enough for the likes of him.
According to the steward, some of the villagers have been acting strange. Do you have any suggestions?
Hey, I'm not a bloody oracle. Bring me some clues, something conk.
Okay, I'll come back when I know. I'm going.
Vulcan, for fuck's sake, what did you do?
I never laid a finger on him, Captain. But if you want my opinion, I think he's...
So you had to kill him? That was our fucking employer. Could you not take two
I didn't kill him. It was this woman, Edwin. She killed him.
That's what they told me. That doesn't change the fact that that dish rag of a scribe was our client. If he was trying to fuck us over, it's up to me to deal with that. And for a starter...
She was his prisoner in the swamp. Looks like he was trying to get information out of her, which she obviously didn't give him, considering she's still alive.
All right, then. Maybe she can be of use to us. I already spoke with Aeolas's assistant. Seems he pulled the wool over their eyes as much as he did. I need you to get this Edwin woman to talk. I want to know where she's from, who she is, who she works for. All of it. Watch out for the Red Scribes.
Understood, Captain. I'll check.
If you can find Hawk, tell him to get his arse back here. I sent him out on a recon mission and he still hasn't come back.
You think something happened to him?
Well, there aren't any decent whorehouses around here, so yes, something may...
I'll find him, sir. I'm leaving.
Vulcan.
Captain, have you had any...
Are you trying to be funny? I sent you to find him. Is that demon of yours eating up?
Captain, just fought a duel with Ranville, the guardian of the village. And before you start yelling about wasted energy, I want you to know that he's one hell of a fighter. He hits you like he was chopping down a tree, and he can take a blow and shake it up.
I have the feeling that every new recruit I take on these days is headed straight for the cemetery. But considering the law, bring him here to me.
Have you heard about these villagers who were acting strange?
Yes, I've had reports about them. The whole thing stinks. Take that one over there, for example. The one giving me the fisheye. If we weren't stuck in this place, I'd go over there and put it. I've asked Buffalo to keep an eye on them. If they start getting squirrely, he'll give us a heads up.
Captain, I wanted to... Do you really think we should be trusting these Red Scribes?
I've never really trusted that Aeolas fellow.
I could sense he was hiding a knife behind his back. Looks like I was right. But that changes nothing.
Do you think the company is going to make it?
Of course. The Blades have always come through. They've existed for more than 2 centuries. And they won't give up now. But to tell you the truth, we're not looking too fresh. Not with the losses we took back in. And as for new recruits, it's been what? A year or more since we found...
Most of us were recruited when the war began. And there aren't many of us left. The only available recruits now are either cowards, deserters, or...
If we're gonna hold this village, we're going to have to do it using the locals. Even though most of them look like they couldn't organize a pound. As soon as we've recovered a bit, we'll break camp and head for Carroll Pass. I already sent some of the Blades ahead to see if they could find any new recruits. With a bit of luck, they'll come up with something better than one-armed, no-legged.
Why did we fall back to this one?
The Red Scribes knew of this place and said that we'd be safe here for them. And apart from a few repulsive beasties creeping around outside the walls, it's actually quite peaceful. I don't think I'd buy a house here, though, would you? So we'll heal our wounded, try and learn what's happening to you, and then get the help.
Do you really think we should...
If you're looking for a way to keep a close eye on them...
not really.
Vulcan. Always fighting.
Really? I hadn't noticed.
Sex and work rarely make good bedfellows. But here you may have an opportunity to mix business with pleasure.
Do you really think we should be...
If you're looking for a way to keep a close...
not... Really?
Sex...
I'm leaving.
A good day to you, soldier. I do believe...
I should warn you. Try to rip me off. I'll rip...
No. I would never...
I wanted to ask you. Have you ever met the steward?
He came to see the refugees several times, but I never spoke to him. I got the impression he couldn't stand us. He's the boss and we're the little people, see?
Life of a refugee can't be easy.
I've been a refugee for years. 5 to be exact. And believe me, it's never easy. But this village is a pretty good place. The healing house gives us food most of the time, and we're safe. That's not bad.
How are things going with the guards?
No, we don't see them too much around here. They're basically here to guard the village. They don't give a shit about the refugees. And I hope for the steward's sake that he's not counting too much on them to keep him safe. I've seen lots of soldiers on the road, but as useless as them, never.
I wanted to ask you. Right, I'm leaving. The captain tells me you're keeping an eye on the villagers that are acting weird.
Yes. Look at them. You see that couple? Take a good look at the husband. I've seen livelier zombies. It's like he was dead inside. And they aren't the only ones. There must be at least half a dozen of them. But what bothers me is that if you look closely, you can see they're checking everything out.
But what's wrong with them?
No idea. They look like they're turning into dead walkers. But the odd thing is how they're... You see how they're placed? They can check out most of the village from where they are. I'm almost certain they're scouting the place out for someone. Since you seem interested, you should go and talk to them. Look, I've marked out their position.
I have a few... How are the Freeborn Blades holding up?
We left some blood on the stones in the temple, but most of the company got away all right. But if we don't get some new recruits soon, things are gonna get serious. The captain has sent some men ahead to Karalthas. I hope they manage to pick up a few recruits. And
is there anybody in this village worth recruiting?
See for yourself. There isn't a single man amongst the guards or the refugees that knows which end of us. We'll just have to wait.
So, you made it?
I did. I suppose my time's not up yet. I guess that'll cause more gossip amongst the youngsters. The eternal...
I tell you, you'll be the one that bury... Do you think we can win against the dead...
Against the Deadwalker army? No chance. Now, the ice...
What do you mean?
Only that sometimes you have to try to chop off the head, you know? That bunch of walking corpses wouldn't be any trouble at all if there was no one to guide.
I guess you're right, but I don't think that makes the task any simpler.
There was a time, way back, you know, when there were so many of us in the company, several hundred, that the captain decided to delegate. Those two assholes fought over how to share out the men for weeks. They both wanted to take the best men for their group. And the result? We had our asses handed to us by an army that was hardly more numerous than we were. I guess what I'm trying to say is that the Deadwalkers are just the same. You've got 7 bosses, and each one of them wants to control.
So if we were able to set them against each other...
Now you're thinking straight. I don't know how we could do it, but I'm sure that it's possible.
See you later. Good day. Are you related?
You might say that. Millie.
Well, do you know what's wrong with him?
Well, of course I noticed. He's the one who's a vegetable, not me. Still, I must admit,
How long ago did he change?
about 3 days ago. He went out hunting in the...
In what way peaceful? Is he normally an
Active? You must be joking. But it's the first time in years I don't... And I don't know which of the gods I have to thank, but he don't snore no more.
You mean he sleeps sound?
Well, he sleeps less, if that's what you mean. I've even caught him sneaking out in the middle of the night, but he always...
Do you have any idea where he goes off to?
No, I've got no idea. Not down the tavern, and that's the main thing.
It doesn't bother you at all?
Let's be honest. Considering the sort of women what are still available in the village and what a rubbish lover he is, I doubt he's got a mistress, and he's hardly gonna find any gorgeous sluts wandering around the swamps.
You might be...
You're too kind. I can't decide whether I'm flattered or...
Don't change a thing. You're perfect.
So true.
Sorry to have bumped.
We now know that our strange patients are going out at night. So, let's find out where they're going.
Greetings. So how was every... Do you know this woman?
Of course I know her. Her name's Agatha, and she's my wife these past 8 years. Even if the old cow treats me like she doesn't.
What happened to her?
Ask her yourself. She don't talk to me no more. I know, yeah.
How long has she been like...
It come over her like a dose of the shits a couple of days ago. See, she goes off with Jervis and the others to go and collect berries in the swamp, and when they comes back, not one of them will...
Where exactly did they go?
What? How the fuck should I know? You'll pardon me, but at any rate, they never go far. Otherwise, they never...
So she didn't go alone? Jervis is one of Mason's men, isn't he?
Yeah, that's him. There were 5 or 6 of them. Why don't you go and ask Jervis? He should be over by the...
Is there anything else strange about her, apart from the not talk?
Well, she ain't much between the thighs, if that's what you mean. She don't say or do nothing. Just sort of lets me get on with it.
Men, give them a piece of meat, and they're just a couple of minutes away from satisfaction and sleep.
Yeah, sure, but not every man is like that.
True. Some are more discerning. Others show the meat a little more respect.
I was only trying to give her a nice moment to pet...
That's not really what I was asking about, to be honest.
Oh, sorry. I woke up this night, and she weren't there. I must have dozed a half hour before I gone back to sleep, but She never...
And I imagine you have no idea where she could have gone?
None. And she wouldn't say nothing to me, like usual. I hope that bitch ain't off seeing another man. That's all I need.
I can't imagine why she would want to do that. You seem like the perfect husband.
I'll be leaving now.
I think we'd better go back and talk to that drunken sot who pretends to be chief of the guard. We need to find out where that expedition is going.
Do I have to spill it out, or should I just put my boot in your...
Would you just shut your stupid mouth for 2 seconds, please?
Oh, that's all I need. Don't he think I got enough on my plate? Now he sends me some ore blade from God. Hey, as long as it ain't me is paying for you, hey? You want to help? Knock yourself out. I warn you, there's plenty to do.
Get to the...
All right, take it easy. No need to get nasty.
Keep talking.
Well, for a start, you could try and find one of my patrols. At first, I thought maybe one of those half-wits was sleeping it off under a tree somewhere. But it's been a while now. Maybe something bad happened to him.
I found some watchmen out in the northern swamp. And yeah, looks like something bad.
Oh, shit. Fucking idiots. That's exactly what I needed right now, to lose my And they were the last ones with halfway decent weapons. You didn't think to bring them back, did you? That could save a few lives.
I didn't strip their corpses, no. But if I go back that way, I'll see what I can bring.
It won't be luxury. I don't know if you've seen what we're supposed to fight with, but... Wow. If you can have a word with your quartermaster to see what he can do for my lads, you have... The benediction of a drunk.
It's what all us fucking mercenaries dream of. All right, I'll see what I can do.
Right. We may be living in the arsehole of Virgil, but being armed like a bunch of tramps, we can do without. And while you're at it, when you've been to the forge, you'll probably feel like letting off steam a bit. Why don't you go and take it out on my lads?
What do you mean?
Kick their arses so they can't sit down and get drunk instead of patrolling. And show them a couple of tricks while you're at it. A bit of training. Couldn't do no harm.
Your men can't afford to keep their thumbs in their asses. It's time to teach them how to use those weapons.
Knock yourself out, Payblade. I'll go and shake 'em.